Hey guys, welcome back to Mega Man 11. This will be a bonus part where we show off, well, everything else.
Really?
All to be accessed from the, well, not so much from the options mode, but this is also a good time for me to show off the instrumental soundtrack, which... Yeah. It's, honestly, it just beats the living crap out of the original soundtrack in my personal opinion.
I'll find out.
But first, yeah, here's the extras menu, where you have your challenges, your records, aka your achievements, the gallery, and, well, the auto-upload on and off is just, I don't know, it's its own thing. So yeah,
Here's
first
all our
and foremost,
achievements.
Yep, here's all of our little medals and achievements, which again, only in the Switch version. I think they do use these images for like the trophy/achievements.
I wouldn't be surprised if they
PS4
did.
and Xbox specifically, but yeah, considering the Switch doesn't have that natively, they had to put all this right in the game. Which I don't know. I think it just has a nicer ring. It just has a more unique ring to it by comparison.
Do you think we'll ever get to a point where a Nintendo console does have its own achievement system?
Not anytime. If they've been holding out for this long, I don't think we're going to get one anytime soon.
Okay.
We'll get a Nintendo VR headset before we get achievements. But anyway, the gallery mode is where you actually get to see all the cute little enemies and bosses you've encountered, and they even have their own little quirky little description.
The safety first is the golden rule.
Yep.
Anti-eddy, airstone.
And there's also, like, when you get to
classic.
the Robot Masters, in the corners where you also get to see the people that made them.
Like extender, fire server, so that's where you're learning about all their lore and stuff.
It was literally a drink vendor at one time, but then it just got replaced with literal gas.
Sniper Joe, based on data scans of Proto Man.
I think that's the only reference Proto Man ever gets in this game.
Spider.
The mini spider.
I believe it
Shield
is,
attacker.
actually, yeah.
Attacker and
I love these guys. Droppy, brushy, white.
Wavy.
He's good. He loves his job.
Scrap.
And the scrap. This one I feel sad for because again they tumble down the wrong pipes and
yeah, mash burner. Dude, his face,
I love these guys.
His face looks like an angry toad from the cartoon.
It honestly it reminds me more of those what were they called, the mush stomps or whatever from Pokemon. No, not mush stomps. The little mushroom Pokemon with the angry faces.
Mini Sparky.
Oh, by the
Yeah,
way,
Missile Cone.
Pickman there is, I like to call him Hammer Joe.
Here are the
Please.
3 pieces that make up, yeah.
In
Yeah.
Batman.
So there's a lot here, actually.
By the way, I love how this description actually does acknowledge the fallacies in metal balloons.
Yeah.
They knew and they didn't, and
the
they
mini
just went with it
bosses.
anyway.
A fictional
now we
language
got the
invented
Its
by
surface
Mega
are
Man.
actually...
A reggae master. An unintended look of a reggae master.
Woohoo!
Seatbelts!
What are those?
Safety
W.
attachment. Scour an acid lab clean in 20 seconds flat. And the Mecha Mammoth.
The robot is actually the base, not the mammoth on top.
Cool. And then this dude usually
I
plays
love,
at the park.
I love how Sparky is literally the mascot of that campsite.
The Pikmins look up to the man who drives these. Crunch.
Frog
And then
balloon.
there's the
Balloon.
frog. Easily the most visually, like, this looks too good for this game.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yay.
I love this balloon.
Its eyes are a little scary and often makes kids cry.
What?
For the
And
bosses.
now we have our boss. Now we have our bosses.
And
they
now-
even have
They're all
sound
their
clips.
sound clips.
Oh, yeah, you can also
Okay.
play out their voice samples.
Yeah, and at the bottom it shows the
Yay.
Manufacturer.
BB Bomb Company.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts Institute of Robology.
There's
Massachusetts.
Cossack.
There's Cossack.
Oh, Massachusetts. Oh, because it's MIT. Right.
Get it?
There's Cossack.
Perhaps you will be a challenge.
Whatever you say.
Oh, bless you.
But, and there's Impact Man. Again, he and Rockman are pretty much brothers.
Doing
Rebound Rubber and Momo's Robot Farm.
And of
Devil
course,
Mark
well,
III.
Yellow Devil obviously does not get a manufacturer because again, he was a wily robot.
Also, I wish you showed off more of the descriptions because in the second page of his description, it tells that Wily's downfall is budget constraints.
Yeah, that's
Has
why
to keep
that's why
using
all
the
these robot
rails.
masters only use 1 gear as opposed to 2.
End of the line, Mega Man.
Oh, when you get to
Controls are
version
responsive.
2, I wonder if you play that one clip.
It's just the beginning. Wily always wins.
Yeah, that one.
And,
You're a
Uh-huh.
little wrong there, Wily.
it allows him to trigger both gears. But yeah, so then what are the challenges like?
The challenges are basically their own little mini, their own mini stages where you can go through all the since I actually beat the entire game, I got all the Robot Master powers. Yay me.
Nice.
So a lot of these are just you're going through the exact same stages as before, but now you have a certain gimmick to them. Like the time attack and the score attack are pretty self-explanatory. Jump and Buster, well, try to beat the stage without using this many jumps or busters. The Balloon Rush is easily the most iconic of those, just because there's no enemies in the level whatsoever. You're mostly just going after the balloons. The blue ones, I should stress. Now, Dr. Light's Trials and the Playground are actually the only two exceptions where they actually have their own unique levels.
First,
Though
Balloon Rush.
the Playground is actually... But the Playground mode, if I'm not mistaken, does not count towards the leaderboards. So keep that in mind.
All right.
So anyway, let us go through Blockman's stage with the instrumental while popping balloons. So the whole goal is that you're popping all the blue balloons. Do not touch a single red balloon, or else that will count as a penalty to your time.
Yeah. Also, you do have to get every blue balloon, because when you leave a screen, it adds a penalty for every blue balloon you missed.
Right.
Huh.
These are very meticulous. So
I bet.
Also, listen to the music.
Wow, is that actually fully orchestrated?
it sounds authentic, so I'll give them that.
Could be synthesized too, but
Well, it just goes to show how far we've come if it is all synthesized.
Is there a penalty
Yeah.
for using gears or
No,
I don't think
isn't.
there is.
robot weapons?
I do believe using the speed gear does not slow down the timer.
that's fair. I was gonna say, especially for time trial, I could see Impact Man's being very useful for that.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sorry, I just love this bit.
Yeah, and the song, yeah.
But yeah, again, like, honestly, these are pretty interesting little challenges, but again, Balloon Rush and...
Oh.
Fudge!
Plus 10 seconds.
Yeah.
No! Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty...
no.
It's strict.
Yeah, you have to be careful when you go through... Yep. Yeah, because those also have the stop effect where they'll shake you up if you're grounded.
Just, yeah,
Okay.
like, these are... The Balloon Rush and the Metal Collector stuff they're interesting enough, but it's mostly fluff, and they are pretty tough. So they do take some practice.
Yes, they
Well,
do.
I can see the balloons adding just adding that extra level of precision platforming to the whole thing, even though it's already
Nice.
based around it enough as it is.
All things considered, though, I will say this much. I think that the challenge mode in Mega Man 11 overall does feel like a step down from like Power.
Yes, Matt. We should probably stop here.
Now, James, that's no way to jump. That's no way to fall down a pit.
Okay. Which one do you show
Playground?
next?
The Metal Collector. This one's mostly just pretty similar to balloons, though. This time you're just going after metals, and well, there's enemies still. Though one thing I do like is that all the metals in this mode. Well, you'll see what I mean.
I love Acid Manstein in the instrumental.
Yeah.
How? Ouch. So I know. So I was thinking about this earlier. What would you say? I was thinking about this earlier. What would you say if there was a multiplayer kind of Mega Man game where, like, the idea is
So
that I guess it'd be
basically-
kind of set up. Go ahead.
I was about to say, so basically the Mega Man equivalent of the new Mario series, but without the things that people despise about it.
No. Probably not like a cooperative thing. I don't think that would work too well with precision platforming.
Ow!
I was thinking
job.
more like. There you go. I was thinking more like an arena kind of fighter thing.
Oh, so Mega Man
Oh.
Deathmatch?
Yeah.
Actually, that does remind me. I do recall hearing that a new Mega Man fan game released not too long ago, where you are.
I know-
It's
I know
literally,
that-
it's literally Mega Man Smash Brothers.
Well, okay, because I know there's already that Mega Man like first-person shooter game.
Well, yeah, that's Deathmatch, but no, this is completely different. It's literally like you can play as Mega Man or any like select Robot Masters, and you're literally just duking it out in one of several 2D arenas.
Yeah, that's what I was
Are
thinking.
there any
Yeah.
any particular Robot Masters they have on display?
I honestly couldn't begin to tell you which ones. I don't immediately remember which ones they used. Maybe
Well, you
Heat
should.
Man?
Oh, you should look into that later.
Maybe.
Careful.
I will also say that if you're curious, there's actually one other Mega Man fan game that has a co-op mode for what it's worth. Mega Man 2.5D.
Oh yeah, I've heard. Oh yeah, I've seen people play that. Yeah, Snake Man.
Yeah, there is a co-op mode in that game where you can play as both Mega Man and Proto Man.
I like how
They
there's a
literally play-
life here, but it's
Oh, boy.
completely superfluous.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
It's probably left over from the original level design.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Break this guy. Hurry.
Always break you the fuck apart.
And I was about to say, just going back to Mega Man fan games, since you were talking about like the idea of a fighter, bit of a shameless plug, but I do know that there is one Mega Man fighting game, Mega Man fan-made fighting game that I'm actually a part of, and Matt is too by an extent. Mega Man Robot Master Mayhem. Basically, it's a fighting game not unlike the Marvel vs. Capcom series, but it's with with Mega Man and a bunch of Robot Masters from the series.
So who do you play?
Wily, Needleman, and in one of future update, Gemini Man.
Wait,
And
is
what about-
this an 8-bit fan game?
Oh no, it's completely. It's not 8-bit. It's honestly, the sprite style is very similar to like the very early Versus games.
Like Mugen? So it's Mugen.
Yeah, basically.
So who does Matt play?
I got him to be.
Think?
I was about to say, I got him to be
Yeah.
Rock and eventually Blade. Oh, Rock and
Yeah.
eventually Blade Man. However, the way they're doing it is kind of not dissimilar to how fighting games do now. They'll add characters over time.
And I apologize, Matt. I didn't know how big the production was, and I was gonna say that's a pretty big thing to be Mega Man in anything like that.
Yeah. It
Very
was
much
when I
different.
had my crappy mic, so let them know if they want me to re-record my lines, just let them know.
Will do.
Okay.
So, for the last thing we'll be showing off the video is Dr. Light's Trials. This, I believe, is unlocked once you beat the game proper, and it is easily the hardest thing in the entire game.
It
What
is.
is
But
it?
it's also the most unique, so I'll give it that much.
So how does it work?
You basically go through a whole bunch of mini-challenges, and I think for this, there's 30 of them. However, every 10 of them, you will have to fight a boss.
Yeah, no, and apparently the completionist, Gerard Khalil, just had...
He
a-
hated this one.
He had a fucking blast. Not in a good way.
Yeah. Another thing that I do want to say.
Well, it doesn't seem hard too far.
I was about to say another thing I do want to
Jeez.
say. I think I don't know if this is changed on difficulties, but this whole thing technically loops. So once you get to like the final area, it'll loop back to the beginning. So it's basically never
See how
ending.
many times you go.
I feel like
Okay.
that. I feel like. Oh, I thought that was mostly the case with like the second version of Dr. Light's Trials,
Ugh.
whereas this one does have a definitive end.
Okay, now I'm starting to see the little precision
Yeah, it's
platform a
the
bit more.
it's the infinite version.
Okay. So, but yeah, just how long is this?
30 floors.
Honestly, I couldn't begin to say because I've never beaten it myself. This is tough.
Also, weapon
not looking
energy
tough right
does
now.
not come back.
Yeah,
Oh.
so be wary of that.
Can enemies drop pickups?
Nope.
They don't.
I don't think they did. I didn't see him drop any.
Then yeah. Again,
Be
it's just
sparing.
hard. This is for the real Mega Men.
Nice. Okay. Oh, jeez.
Actually, let's
See?
see. We're on 6 now. Okay. I forget how far I actually get into this, but again,
We'll find
like,
out.
the further it goes, the harder it gets, and boy, were they dickheads for who they picked for their first boss.
Oh
Yellow
gosh.
Devil.
The one and only.
Gosh.
Yeah, basically it is 30 levels because the boss at each 10 are the bosses from the Wily castles, not including the boss rush.
Okay, that would explain it.
Oh gosh. Thank you.
Woo!
Oh.
Thank you, Pile Driver. Actually, it's funny. I bring fun fact. Impact Man in Japan, I believe, is named Pile Man, hence Pile Driver.
Yep. And then like Bounce Man is Rubber Man, which makes more sense against the electricity.
Did Brickman get a different? Did Blockman get a different name in Japan?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Just Bounce Man and Impact Man.
So as of this record, okay, this is just my own theory. I think they changed Bounce Man's name because particularly in Europe and in the UK, rubber means something different.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the whole Cooper controversy.
Oh God.
That's a dumb idea.
At that point, I was just like, "Fuck it, I'm done. How the hell am I gonna fight this thing with so little resources?"
What's the question mark thing?
That's the infinite Dr. Light's trials.
That's where skill comes in.
Ah.
Well, what? Well, hey, why don't you tell that to me once you actually have the skill to beat the whole thing, hype? But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much it for our Mega Man 11 commentary. Like, honestly, I'm just grateful that this game exists, and I hope it leads to...
What a surprise this came out.
I know, right? It just... Yeah, I can only wonder what's next for the Blue Bomber himself. But that said, next time we're actually gonna go into Mega Man X2 because funny enough, I actually recorded that before 11, so that'll be interesting to come back to. So on that note, I'm JamesmanXtreme.
Lucky Jack 20.
Ryan J. Koopa.
And I'm Impact Man.
And I shall live forever.
Otto, go home!
Oh.
Till next time, everybody!
No.
They don't pay us enough for this.
Mega Pie!